Hello, everyone. Welcome back to E20 Zone TV. And it is finally arrived. Seville away. Uh, I'm looking forward to this one. I must admit, I'm excited as a West Ham fan. First time West Ham are going up against a proper team in Europe, right, in my opinion. I am joined by West Ham Online. West Ham Online, how are you, son?
I'm doing all right, to be fair. We've just watched a game which will be very hard to match in quality in Real Madrid and PSG, but hopefully tomorrow we can display some quality of our own.
Mm, yeah, I agree. Uh, where do I start with this? Let's start off with the positives from Seville and basically the players that are out. And there's a few players there who are not playing tomorrow. Diego Carlos, Eric Lamela, and Thomas Delaney. Now, out of all them, we all know that them near enough. We know Thomas Delaney from Denmark team. Um, uh, Diego was linked with Newcastle, and obviously Eric Lamela, the ex Spurs. So them three players are out, Alfie. How do you think that's going to benefit us not having any of them players in their team?
Well, I was reading the comments of the Sevilla when they put out their official squad list for tomorrow, and their fans didn't seem very confident with the injury news, with a few saying, well, I'm not sure how much they watch Mikel Antonio, but they were saying they're not sure how they're going to stop him without Diego Carlos.
Mm. Yeah, listen, I think he's a talent, that Carlos. Though. I really do. Newcastle don't go in with that amount of money if they don't think he's decent, but they have got some good players in their ranks. For me, how do you see tomorrow's game going on the West Ham side before I get to Seville's key men?
I think for West Ham, we're going to play very reserved. I think first half, especially, we're going to look to play on the counter attack, look to see how they're playing, and basically just judge the game based on the way Sevilla play because they've got a lot of injuries. Their lineup could be anything.
Mm.
But at the same time, I think Moyes will see them injuries, especially to Delaney and Carlos, who I really rate. Delaney, as you said, ex-Dortmund as well. Really, really good midfielder. Could be an opportunity to nick a goal and try and get a 1-0 out there.
Mm. Yeah, that's my thinking. Also, I think if we can nick the game, stay in the game as long as we can, and then try and win it in the second half, then for me, I think that's what we need to do. I think if we try and match up with this team, especially at their own ground, I think we get rolled. But I
Yeah,
do believe if we can hit them on the break, suck them in to us, and then hit them over the top, then we might be all right. Um,
that's it's something
what do
we're
you think?
not used to either, is it? Because we've not seen this team play a two-legged knockout game. So it'll be really
Well,
interesting to see how Moyes takes to it.
the thing is, this is the proper test for me.
Yeah,
This is the proper Europa League test because I looked at the other teams that West Ham's playing in this Europa League, and I'm sorry, but none of them were very good. Like Zagreb, yeah, they're hostile at their own ground, but they was nothing special. And we got them at the end of the fixture list to get through. Rapid Vienna are probably one of the worst teams I've seen in Europe ever,
yeah,
and
they're terrible.
uh, Genk at home they were good. At our place they was awful, and
Yeah.
we rolled them out the ground. Let me get to some of the players that Seville have got on offer, and start off with this one. Now I've heard this geezer's name a lot, but I don't know anything about him. So West Ham Online, please tell me.
Well, I interviewed a Sevilla guy yesterday, and the three names that we're going to mention, the three players that he highlighted, and Lucas Ocampos, from what I can tell, is like an inside forward. He's not immensely talented in possession, but he makes great runs. He's a bit like Jared Bowen, but on the left, if I could
Mm,
say. But he's just been doing it more consistently over a longer period of time than Jared Bowen. I
mm,
think Man United played Sevilla 2 years ago in the Europa League, and he played very, very well in that game. And as you know, Sevilla are the Europa League champions, and Lucas Ocampos scores a lot of goals in this competition.
So he's going to be on the left-hand side. So our right back, that's Ben Johnson, is going to have to be on it tomorrow, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. What type of player is this geezer? Was he fast? Is he tricky? What is he?
So I think he's got relatively good pace. He's not necessarily a tricky winger in terms of he's not like a player who'll go and get the ball, turn with it, look to pass. He's a player who'll look for good positions, get the ball and quickly get a shot away. A bit like a Jared Bowen. He'll just look for space in between the lines. Like Diogo Jota a little bit as well. I think he's got a decent record in the air as well.
Yeah, so that's the thing. Ben's going to have to be on these games tomorrow, especially if he's got to deal with this man. I can't really say anything about this man because I don't really know a lot about him. So I can't say anything. So I'll move on to the next person.
The other thing the Sevilla guy told me was their fullbacks, which is Jesus Navas is one, and I think Acuna was the other one.
Yeah.
Arrive late at the byline and cross at the back post a lot, and they score a lot of goals that way.
But this man who's in the banner is well known. He was linked with Chelsea last year. He should have been at Chelsea because that's how we got Zuma. We signed Zuma, and this man was on his way to Chelsea, but it fell through. Yet again, I think he's French international, isn't he? This geezer. Yeah. Again, I don't know a lot about this geezer either. So enlighten me, West Ham Online. Tell me a bit more about Koundé.
Well, he's a centre half, but he's very, very small for a centre half, 5'10". Very good on the ball. As you know, Chelsea were looking for him to play in the back three, but because his height is an issue in the back two. But he's got a good jump on him. He's good on the ball. He's quick. He's just a modern day nippy centre back who is good on the ball, good in possession. He's been very good this season, and Sevilla's defensive record this season has been excellent. The thing the Sevilla guy told me as well was defensively, they've been tremendous this season, whereas offensively, they haven't been as good as they were in past seasons.
What's their usual starting two centre halves?
Him and Diego Carlos.
So that's going to be broken up tomorrow then. So it's going to be him and someone else. Yeah. So that might benefit us. I think if we can get Antonio on the other centre half, and if this geezer's as good as people are saying, listen, Chelsea were going after him last season and saying, and they wanted to pay a lot of money for this kid. Antonio's got to go on the other centre half. He's got to push the other centre half back and try and keep this lad away from Antonio, really. Because I think if him against Antonio, it'd be interesting. But I think if this geezer's as good as what everyone keeps raving about, then he's going to keep Antonio quiet. Do you know what I'm saying? But hopefully he don't, and he concedes a lot of goals. But the final key man for Seville, and this is a man I do know, Anthony Martial. Where do I start with him? I liked him at Man United. Not a lot of people didn't, said he was lazy and all that. I think he just needed a fresh start somewhere else and away from United. Because Man United is very toxic at the minute, I must admit. Everything from top to bottom is not right at Manchester United. Now, I think he's a good player. I think he's gone to a good club. Another player that I would have said, who was a key player, is El Nesri, the man that we kept getting linked with every 5 minutes. And listen, if we was to sign El Nesri in this summer, then I'd be over the moon. But West Ham Online, talk to me about Martial.
Yeah, I'm like you. I've always liked him. He's very, very clever. He loves to go against West Ham as well. As we know, he knocked us out the FA Cup in one of our better years in our final year at Upton Park. But he also was involved in the goal that they scored against us when they beat us 1-0 only about a month back. He's got very good movement. He's a smart forward. He's always been a good finisher. But as you said, he got that probably unfair label of being lazy, and that's just because his facial expression is always so moderate, if you like, that people put an unfair reflection on him, in my opinion. He also didn't get on well with Ollie in the end. I think him and Ollie didn't end up clicking as well as they was in the early days, because if you remember...
But he wasn't getting played, was he, Alfie?
No,
he wasn't...
but after lockdown, he was excellent. Remember in lockdown when football came back, he was playing some of his best football then. He scored a hat-trick against Sheffield United. On his day, we all know how good he can be.
But his days like few and far between.
Yeah.
Do you reckon he starts tomorrow?
Well, he's just returned from injury as well. So I personally don't think he will, but he plays a similar position to this Ocampos anyway. So I don't think they'll risk it unless they start Martial on the other side or something like that.
Do you reckon El Nesri will play tomorrow?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's the man that I do fear tomorrow. If we're going to do anything to stop Seville, we've got to stop him. Obviously, Martial, we all know what Martial's like, and he'll come on. If he doesn't start, he comes on as a sub, and he's got pace. And if he's reborn at Seville, then he's going to be an handful, isn't he? Let's be honest. But
yeah,
my sort of player that I feel that is going to give us egg if he starts is El Nesri. I'll just hope Zuma is up for the challenge, because El Nesri will be. Do you know what I mean? Because I think he's a really, really good player. What do you think of El Nesri?
Yeah, he's good. I don't know how good he'd be in our system, but in that Sevilla team, he's definitely a good player. He's strong. He's got a good finish on him. The only thing that I did hear about him is he's also, I don't know what their medical staff are doing, but he's also just came back from a major injury, and apparently since then he's not quite been up to speed. So we've just got to hope that continues tomorrow.
Right, moving from Seville to West Ham now. Let's talk a bit about West Ham. How do we go about getting a positive result at Seville? West Ham online.
I think we need to play in a similar way that we did against Liverpool, especially in the first 25 minutes, and then go from there. I think we need to play Fornals. I think we need to play Lanzini, and I'd also start Benrahma, because I wasn't that impressed with Vlasic against Liverpool, if I'm honest. And I think Benrahma would just give us that bit of invention compared to Vlasic on the counter attack.
What system tomorrow do you go with?
I think we'll go with the 4-2-3-1. I think that's what we will go with. And I think we'll just try and take advantage of our physical advantage, because as they say, if we allow Sevilla to come on to us, they're actually not that great going forward. So then we can try and hit them on the counter attack. In their last game, they drew 0-0 as well. So I'm sure Moyes will be looking at that and seeing how Alaves defended against them. But yeah, as I say, Sevilla aren't great going forward. They're just really good at the back. So I am really curious whether they're going to try and do the same thing. It becomes a bit of a nothing match, if you get what I mean.
Yeah, like a chess match. Jared Bowen, let me talk about him. Do we risk this kid if he's not fully fit?
No, I don't. Well, I don't think we're going to. No, I don't think he's playing tomorrow. I think it's probably the right decision. I'm a massive Bowen fan, but I don't actually think our patterns of play change much without him. It's just the fact that he's really good at finishing and he gets in the right positions.
But he's going to be that sort of defensive shield, isn't he? For Ben on the right hand side, if they've got to deal with that that winger, that left winger from Seville, then how can I put it? If you put Benrahma there, will Benrahma do it? Probably not.
Yeah, maybe he will. Maybe he will start Nikola Vlasic then, because what Vlasic does have is upper body strength, and defensively is actually not that bad. Will he do that? Maybe. I don't know. But I think I definitely agree that Ben Johnson does need some cover with him because he's a young kid in a European game. He'll probably be feeling the pressure a little bit, and he definitely needs a lot of support down there. Without Bowen, I have a feeling it will be Fornals playing on the right.
I don't know about the right with Fornals. I think he'd go on the left myself, and him and Cresswell have always done that in a 4-2.
Yeah,
If West Ham set up 4-2-3-1, I can see this is the team I think he'd go with. I believe he'd go with Areola, which is probably simple. Cresswell, Zuma, Dawson, Ben Johnson. That's your defence. Souček and Rice, if Rice is fit and ready to go. And then you got the four. I think he goes left Fornals. I think he goes right Ben Rama. And I've got a feeling Vlasic will play. I don't think he plays. I don't think he'll play Lanzini. I've just got a funny feeling. I think he's going to go with Vlasic as a 10, and West Ham on 9 is gone, and he'll be back in a minute. But that's what I believe. I believe he'll go with Vlasic as a 10 and Antonio up top. But Willie is another thing. That's the problem. West Ham Online, you are back. I said Vlasic as a 10, and then you disappeared. But you're back, mate.
No, I got the annoying thing about doing this on my phone, whenever I get a phone call and I click no to it, the volume just goes. So I don't know why it does that, but I do actually think that we do need to give Vlasic a chance in the 10, and maybe this Sevilla game could be. It might be a risk doing it, but I think someone said it the other day. He's both-footed, and with no right winger, we might need a little bit of that in this game to be able to spread it to both wings quickly.
Do you fear, though? This is the fear that I have. Do you fear that Moyes might go there? And I think Darren put it in the chat and turned around and said, do you fear that Moyes might go with a 3-4-3 type system? Like, he went to Liverpool the other day. What was it really? It was like a 4-4-2, really. And then it went to a 4-5-1. Can I see Moyes going there and going 4-2-3-1? I'd be quite shocked, mate, if I'm really being brutally honest. But if we're going to be playing on the counter, we're going to need them attacking players. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah, I definitely think out of possession we will go with a 4-4-2. I agree. I think it'll be Antonio and probably Lanzini or Fornals or maybe even Vlasic pressing, and then when we get the ball, maybe go into the 4-2-3-1. Then with as soon as we get the ball, maybe Fornals or Lanzini, whoever it is, moves out wide, and the other players counter attack.
What's your team for tomorrow?
Areola, I think he's got to play. I've seen a lot of people saying to play Fab, but I think that'd be a bit unfair. And to be honest, I know people have been saying Areola's not been that great lately. I think that's a bit unfair too. And I think personally, he's more well-rounded than Fab. Right back, I'd go with, Ben Johnson. It's our only real option at the moment. Centre halves, Dawson and Zuma. Although it is interesting the fact that we're playing Dawson on loads of injections. I mean, that shows how much faith Moyes has in Diop nowadays, I think. Left back, I'd go Cresswell. The two holders, obviously, and Bryce and Souček. And then in attacking midfield, I'd go with... In attacking midfield, I'd go Lanzini. On the left, I'd go Fornals. On the right, I'd give Benrahma a go there. I don't know. We do mention the defensive support. I tell you what, I go up front with Antonio, but I am stuck whether to go Vlasic or Benrahma on the right. I'm not sure which one would best suit the game.
I think if Benrahma plays, he's got to do something tomorrow.
Yeah,
I think this is the Listen, I'm seeing it quite a lot with the fan base. As we had a good discussion about it after the Liverpool game the other day, and it was a really good discussion. And anyone who hasn't watched that, player ratings, probably one of the best player ratings I've done. Like as in discussion wise, I've done some great ones with other people who have been really, really good. But I must admit, one the other day was good in depth about players and like reasons why. And Benny tomorrow, if he's on the pitch, he's got to do something. Like I think Benrahma has to start tomorrow, right? Because I think he's better than Vlasic. I'm sorry, but I do.
Yeah, I agree.
I think he's better. He's better
I
all
agree.
round. Like,
Yeah. He is better than Vlasic, but I will say one thing, and this might put an idea in your head, and I don't know whether you'll like it or not. I wouldn't be that surprised if Moyes played in because Bowen's pace is gone. Fredericks on the right with Ben Johnson.
could do, but then it's square pegs and round holes. You've got a
Yeah,
player
it
with
is.
pace,
Yeah.
but he can't finish. So do you know what I mean? It's one of them ones. What I don't want Moyes to do tomorrow, for me, is try and be clever. I don't want him to try and be too clever. Like, do the basics and keep the team as you've known the team. Don't go in there and do like something stupid like Ben Johnson on the left and like wing backs or something stupid like that. Try and just keep it together. And listen, if Benrahma doesn't start, I know he's coming on the 60th minute. But the problem is with West Ham, I need to know if West Ham are in the game in the 60th minute. Because if West Ham, like, this is going to be a tough test in Spain for me. This is the hardest game that West Ham's had in the Europa League by a country mile. They're going to a team who are serial winners of this competition. They know how to win this competition at the back of their hand. And for me, I've always said if West Ham can stay in the game in Seville, if West Ham come away with a 0-0 draw, I'll take that right now because I'd fancy us at home. I really do. Like 65,000 fans.
I completely agree. Yeah.
Right, Bowen will probably be fitter by then. Like, you know what I'm saying? We're going to have everyone's going to be with us in it. Do you know what I mean? We're all going to be in the same boat. I think what I don't want West Ham to do is if they do go 1-0 down, and listen, West Ham don't lose by more than 2 goals recently, right? But I watched them in the Southampton game, and I watched them against Liverpool, and it was night and day. Now, if we turn up against Seville and play like we did against Southampton, we're gonna get hammered. But if we play like, do you know what I mean? But if we play like we played against Seville, listen, in the first half against Southampton, we was all right up to the goal. Right up to the goal, I got to admit we was good. But even then, like, we just lack a cutting edge. Like, we've got to take our chances tomorrow.
Yeah. Do you know what else? I think that's even put more ideas in my head in terms of the way we'll play. When you said we need to go back to the London Stadium in a good position, I completely agree. Because if we lose, say we lose 2-0 tomorrow, this season we haven't been very good when we've had to dictate the game and play against a low block, have we? Remember games like Burnley, Brentford. If we're 2-0 down to a team that's as good defensively as Sevilla, we're pretty much done.
Yeah. And even, do you know what? I've always said this ever since I see the draw. Just don't lose over there. Listen, West Ham can score 2 or 3 goals at home, right? But we can also concede 2 or 3 goals at home. So that's the problem. For me, Mikel Antonio has got to turn up tomorrow. He has to turn up like he did against Liverpool. I want him to push them centre arms back and then allow other Vlasic, Benrahma, Fornals, Lanzini to get amongst it. Do you know what I mean? The problem is if we play 4-2-3-1 tomorrow, can Lanzini and Fornals play in that system? It's okay playing Lanzini as a central midfielder. Don't get me wrong. But I've seen that a couple of times this season where Fornals and Lanzini have played in that 4-2-3-1 and it looks slow as it. Like, I mean, like, they're both of them are just not getting the pitch.
Yeah, I was thinking whether he'd go with the 5 at the back that he did against Wolves and Southampton with Fornals as a left wing back. But we just looked, I don't know, against Southampton, I didn't like how much of the ball they had near our goal. Like, we just looked too open, if you get what I mean. And as you say, we don't usually lose by more than 1 goal. And we lost 3-1 in that game. And in the second half, Dawson was getting abused for pace. I don't think Dawson works in a back 3 at all, personally.
Yeah. See, hopefully he does go to a 4-2-3-1 because it'd be common sense, wouldn't it? Do you know what I mean? Go back to what you know. You've got Declan and Souček in there running the show. Fornals and like Ben Rama or Vlasic or whatever. But it's going to be an interesting one who he does pick out the pair of them. Because let's be honest, you can either sit on the fence with Ben Rama and say Ben Rama's this, Ben Rama's that, Ben Rama's crap, whatever. But then you can also look at Vlasic and go, well, what's he really done? Do you know what I mean? Does he deserve to start in this game? Right. So it's really a toss of a coin. But whatever happens tomorrow, one of them will play, and they have to turn up. There's no two ways about it. They have to,
Yeah.
because we can't just rely on Mikel Antonio to score the goals, basically. Because let's be honest, Fornals don't score many goals. Lanzini don't score many goals. So really, we are putting all our hopes on Craig Dawson, Zuma, Souček, and obviously Antonio.
Yeah.
So
Ben Rama's been very good as well in the Europa League, hasn't he? So I do wonder whether that will sway Moyes' decision making. I don't really think he'll think that much into that.
well, the last competitive game, because I don't really class the Zagreb as a competitive game, the last one, because really it was a dead rubber. But the last competitive game, he scored 2 goals, didn't he?
Yeah.
Against Genk.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was probably...
I mean?
He played really well that day. But as you say, this is a different proposition because I think even Genk at the back were absolutely terrible.
Yeah.
So this is a game where Moyes has probably been thinking about it for ages, and I think that's sort of why he's been changing between these two systems in the last few games, trying to look at what one would best suit the Sevilla game. As I say, I think the Alaves 0-0, I reckon he's watched that game back. And I think that's what we'll go for, a 1-0 win or a 0-0 draw. And I think we'll take that.
Well, you lead on, mate, as we come towards the end. Give me your prediction for how it's going to go tomorrow, and I'll give you mine.
I think we're going to score early from a corner, own goal. I think we're going to go 1-0 up, and I think late on they're going to get an equaliser through a header from a Campos, and I think we're going to draw 1-0.
I think it's a banker draw written all over this game. I really, really do. Can West Ham win over there without Bowen? That is the question. We haven't been without Bowen this season. He's played enough every game, if not every game for West Ham. I'll be quite shocked if we go there and beat them in their own ground. But you know what I mean, especially with the way I reckon Moyes is going to set up. I think this is a banker draw, and I am going to go for. It would not surprise me if this was a stalemate. If this was a 0-0. I'd love a 1-0 West Ham. Don't get me wrong. I'd love a West Ham to win 2-0 and see the game out.
Yeah.
But I just feel this is a banker draw written all over it, and I feel they're going to go back to. I think Moyes is looking. Don't lose over there. Stay in the tie, and get back to the LS. And I think we can do them at home. So yeah, I'm going to go for a 0-0. I think this is going to be tight. I think both defences are going to win the day. I really, really do. And I think if there is a goal, it's going to be 1 goal. You know what I mean? You watch cue the game being 3 or something.
I do think that the tomorrow it will be very interesting how our players play emotionally. And what I mean is, will they be really excited about the fact that it's this big knockout game that we're finally in? All these years we worked for this. Will that excitement get to us, and will we be nervous? Because we know Sevilla will be relaxed. They're used to this situation. So I'm wondering how much their experience will benefit them.
I think what it is with Seville is they're very cute in how they work. They will buy fouls. They will get you get bookings to stop attacks.
Yeah.
They will frustrate West Ham to a point. That's why I hope, and I really do mean this, hope we don't go 1-0 down. Because if we go 1-0 down, then they've got complete control of the situation then. And we've got a lot of players there who are very inexperienced in international football, so to speak. Like Ben Johnson is one. Got a name off the top of my head. Cresswell's another one. Like you got a left back and right back who are very even though Cresswell has appeared for England at one stage or another, he's not proven. Do you know what I mean? In that field, so
Yeah.
I think we've got to enjoy the occasion, but this is either going to make us or break us, basically. And we're going to rise to it and be phenomenally good, or we could just be like a rabbit in headlights and go, "Oh no, what's going on here?" sort of thing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just feel that I said it when the draw came out. I said this has got a banker draw first game written all over it. I remember doing a post match for something on here, and I turned around and said, I think the Seville game's got a draw over the first leg. I think Moyes going to look at it and try and hold over there, and then
Yeah.
obviously this was before Bowen got injured. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, what do you think tomorrow in regards of Dawson and Zuma? Because obviously they've got to have a good game also because they're going to be up against it against three really top players.
Yeah, I think the game suits them because, as I said, Sevilla aren't very good going forward. A lot of their goals come from the fullbacks getting on the outside of the oppositional fullbacks and putting crosses in. And if there's one thing that Craig Dawson and Kurt Zouma know what to do, it's head a ball.
Mm,
So I think tomorrow's game defensively will suit them. It's just trying to launch those counter attacks. If Sevilla are the team dominating the play, Dawson needs to work on actually getting the ball to our players and not just launching it long to nobody. And that
mm,
comes from movement as well. But I think overall, touch wood, I actually do think this game isn't the worst for Dawson and Kurt Zuma.
mm. What do you think about set pieces with Seville? What they like? Do you know anything about them? Because obviously, set pieces tomorrow is going to be a major thing for us. That's what we're going to be focusing on. Any corners we get, you're going to have Suchek. If Rice is fit, he's going to be in there. Zuma, Dawson, everyone, but Antonio. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I think I'm not going to pretend I've read a lot into Sevilla's set pieces stats, but just by knowing the players that I know and the fact that Diego Carlos isn't there tomorrow, the fact
Yeah.
that their best centre back is 5'10", we definitely have the height advantage from corners.
Mm.
Could set pieces be? It's a good shout from you. It could be something we look to abuse tomorrow. Look to get a lot of them. Maybe that could be where our goal comes from.
Mm. Mm. See, I looked at a bet, right? This is a little bet that I looked at the other day, and it was Aaron Cresswell to get an assist tomorrow, and I
Yeah,
can't remember what the odds were. It was high. It was high. I think like 8-1 or 10-1 or something like that. I can't remember. I don't want to lie, but it was high odds, and I looked at it and I thought, you know what, that ain't a bad shout. If he's
yeah.
taking free kicks, he's taking corners, etc.
Especially with Bowen not there.
Especially with Bowen not being there, I think that's not a bad little punt and on that. So if you fancy a bet, Aaron Cresswell to get an assist, you always know that when he likes to cross balls from the left into Mikel, but Mikel's got to be on it tomorrow, and we will find out. I'm nervous about this game, but I'm excited. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? I'm nervous. Like I'm looking. I've got a busy day tomorrow, and I'm coming back, and I'm heading to the pub, and I'm going to watch it. Yeah,
yeah,
and I just don't want us to get blitzed. That's the only thing I
yeah.
will say. Do you know what
Well,
I mean?
what? Yeah, obviously we'll speak after the game tomorrow and sort of say what we think. But I have been ecstatic about this game all week, looking forward to it. Their injuries fills me with more confidence. But at the same time, very weird. But we haven't been very good against worse teams lately. Even when we
Mm,
played Southampton, they had some of the ringers out. We didn't look that good. Don't get me wrong, we could have scored a few goals early on. But we need to take our chances, which we haven't been doing lately, and we
mm,
need to block Sevilla's avenues down the side because Jesus Navas, we all know him from Man City. Quick, he's now a fullback. Always had a great cross on him. For me, that would be one of the weapons they look to utilise.
mm. Yeah, we will see, mate. We will see. Anyway, that's enough from us. And I want to thank West Ham Online for coming on tonight and giving me his knowledge of all the Seville players from
Thank you for having me on.
from sunny Spain. I must admit, I just want to say this to everyone who's gone over there. Much respect to everyone who's gone over there. Like the fan base. I'm seeing the videos on Twitter and social media and everything of all the boys over there and girls loving it. And do you know what? I hope West Ham do win tomorrow. But do I think they will? I don't think so. I think it's a banker draw for me. So yeah, listen, just stay safe over there. Enjoy the sunshine. And hopefully, we get 3 points. We get a win over there and get them back to the LS. 100%. Anyway, I just want to say this. Thanks everyone for watching. Please do subscribe if you are new. And I will be back tomorrow at some point to do my afterthought and probably my player ratings. If it's a bad result, then I might come on a bit later on after my little rant. But it's a good result. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, it's goodbye from him to my right. It's goodbye from me. Take care and all the best. Where is the... there it is. Bye.